tutorial, Reid.
Thank you. Welcome, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My topic today is the fear of public speaking, a small little itty-bitty teeny tiny tutorial based on my own experience. We have developed two areas of public speaking that we know we can absolutely control: before the speech and during the speech. Everything about what we want to accomplish during our speech and before our speech has to do with how we react and respond during the speech. And all the tips that we're going to list, we'll show you when the time comes for each presented piece. So let's get into it. What is it that we fear in the first place? Number one, we fear, we fear making a mistake. Number two, we fear forgetting what we're going to say. Number three, we fear feeling embarrassed. And number four, we fear looking stupid. Now that we've covered the fears, let's get on to the tips and apply them to the first section that we can absolutely control before our speech. Before our speech. Number one, we can absolutely know that we want to have a friend that we can report back to. Everything that we're experiencing up here, and the best thing that I could have done on my first Toastmasters speech, my buddy Mike called, found out I was doing Toastmasters, and he said, "You've got to report to me everything you experience. I want to know all about it. Give me a full report." Number two, want to have the experience of standing up here and being terrified. Want to feel the butterflies in the belly. Want to experience the nervousness. And that leads us to number three, butterflies. Butterflies are the craziest part of life. They make you feel alive. And there is a physical response that we can have for butterflies in particular. Smile. Breathe in. Lean forward just a little bit because you have to change your posture when you have butterflies to get them out of your body. Posture, thank you, because I remember when you mentioned posture. Number four. Really fear. Let's look at fear directly. When fear walks through the front door, most of us want to run and escape out the back door. But as a public speaker, turn, face fear, extend your hand, give fear a nice big fat handshake. Wrap your arm around fear's shoulder. Become friendly with fear. In fact, invite fear over on the weekend for a barbecue. You want to get tight with fear. Now that we've covered the tips and the tricks for before the speech, let's add some tips and tricks to during the speech. Number one! Let's be honest, during the speech, we're going to forget a line. Just like I have a couple of times during the speech. The very first time I forgot a line, I got invited to do an invocation. I volunteered, of course, because I wanted to get in trouble. And I came up here, and I stood up, and I turned, and I completely forgot what in the world I was going to say. Which allowed me to realize the quality of silence. Breathing it all in and experiencing it. Silence gave me a chance to find where I was supposed to start my speech. Which takes me to qualities and tips number two. Silence and pauses are fantastic gold mines in giving a speech. Which brings me to pause number three. Tip number three, my mistake. Again, we're going to talk about butterflies. Because as I'm standing up here, and I feel butterflies because I have no notes, I can do a physical reaction again. I can breathe and smile and lean into it. Because I want this experience. This is the experience I want to take back to my buddy Mike and tell him, "I forgot my line, Mike! That was part of the experience! That's my report!" Number four, ums and ahs can easily be replaced with silence and pauses. Because a silence and a pause will not be docked by the person who's keeping track of the ums and ahs. Ums and ahs get you in trouble, but silence and pausing will never get you in trouble. Number five. Oh, that feels good. Nervousness. to be nervous and speak at the same time, I think more powerfully. Want to be nervous and be silent at the same time. Number 6, I think too many times we want to get over the speech too quickly. And by getting over the speech, we want to get out of the way. But I say we want to get right smack dab in the middle of the speech. Because if you're with your friends in the Bahamas enjoying a great summertime, or you're having a great meal, or you're enjoying a great movie, or on a great date, nobody wants to get that over with. Put that mentality in your speech, where you can spend time being right in the middle of it and experiencing this amazing life. Because going back to when I forget my lines, that's when I feel the most alive. The heartbeat, the butterflies, the flush face, the palmy hands. Ah! I've developed a metaphor for what it is I'm doing up here.